Are you focusing on going to get the Rolex, or is you focusing on having this amount of yards? But if you just focus on the money or whatever, it don't really lead to no legacy.
To the NFL, you're a jersey number. They're a corporation, they're a big business. So it's like if you don't go get what you deserve from that.
When I scored in San Francisco, I did the sneeze. Now, like, the world sees me. You got to create your own name. Like, the NFL already got their name. They got their brand. How do you use them to create your brand, who you are?
Welcome back to another episode of the Wealthy Creator Podcast. I'm your host, Justin Berry, and today I got a special one for you all. It's really a treat when I can get people in here that are of a different field and doing different things at a high level. So I'm going to keep it short. This guy is an NFL veteran that currently plays for the New England Patriots.
Yes,
it's my guy, Kendrick Bourne. What's up, brother?
Sir, chilling, man. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you for coming.
Of course.
Yeah, and when you're watching this is whenever you all see this is where Las Vegas 2024 Super Bowl weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Busy weekend in the city. I can tell you for myself, I'm staying as far away from the strip as possible. And locals, they understand that, right? They hear me on that. We go away from the strip when all this stuff is happening. No, I'm joking, but it's great to see individuals come through the city and actually get in with the locals, get an opportunity to talk to them, get an opportunity to see them, and really dive into it, man.
Yeah, the weather been kind of messing it up, but
this is our winter, man.
Yeah,
You're in the midst of our winter.
I've never experienced coming to Vegas this cold and wet, so hopefully the game be cool so people can enjoy it, but it's different.
Yeah, no, it's funny, man. I'm from Chicago, so like when people be like cold, I'm like,
yeah, bro.
It's
I'm
cold,
Portland,
but
so
it ain't. Y'all don't really know.
Get different.
Yeah. Y'all don't know the cold that hurt when you breathe. Y'all don't know that cold.
Portland is cold too. New England cold too. So
yeah.
I feel some of that energy, bro.
No.
But it ain't like that out here. No,
it don't get that bad. But this is a cold to Vegas, especially when your expectation is.
Yeah. See people at the pool.
Yeah, for
the
sure.
Whole nine.
For sure. I think I almost think it's a good thing though for people to have it kind of chilled out here while the Super Bowl is happening. They gonna get too crazy.
Yeah, that might be safe.
Keep
it safe.
Keep it safe. That's right.
God no.
That's right. No, man, but like I said, it is this weekend. So I gotta ask you, man, who you rolling with?
Man, bro. So I'm obviously I play for San Francisco, but Patrick Mahomes, man, he took a Super Bowl from me. That's probably a lot of people know. So, but I'm rooting for my guys, man. I got some good relationships over there with Kittle and all those guys, man. So I want them to pull one out. Shanahan. So I'm rooting for those guys, man.
Yeah, so Shanahan kind of gave you your
first opportunity.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? To get out there, get my name out there. Something I'm always thankful for, man. You know what I'm saying? He was that first person to believe in me. So he held a special place in my heart, dog. It's good.
Yeah, so I'll tell y'all later if off camera he really is cheering for the other team. Right, but I understand your loyalty, brother. Like,
I'm biased. I'm biased. I'm in between.
No, I feel it.
But if I really had to choose, like I said, I'm going to go with the guys.
Yeah. Yeah, no, man. I mean, I remember that one that got away from you. I remember watching that.
Hurt.
That year, I believe.
Heartbreaking.
Where you were like leading in receptions that year, right?
in the game. Probably not in the year. But in the game, I was for sure.
Yes, you was looking at an MVP possibly.
Yeah, it was looking really good, bro. Kyle was on me. He knew how the game plan was going. I had some good mismatches.
Yeah.
And I could have made a lot of big plays. But, game plans sometimes don't go exactly how it's supposed to. And it didn't pan out. But the fact that I was the leading receiver, I only had 2 catches for like 42 yards, bro. But if them other targets would have went the right way, the play calls,
yeah, man, the play calls was a thing.
Might have been a different, I might be a different player right now. But
right. Yeah, I'm not going to get, I don't want to get.
God didn't want that for me yet.
I don't want to get too much into that because I can go for a long time about some of them play calls.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah,
but please don't do that.
But tell me though, man, like seriously, like not too many individuals, and the league's not even that old, right? Get to experience that feeling of running out that tunnel at a Super Bowl.
Yeah, even just the NFL itself, like you're saying, to do something like that is special, man. I think about it like that. So to even go to the playoffs, some players talk about not even going to playoffs. So to make it to Super Bowl, it was special, man. So to be out here and seeing it all, it's like, man, I want to experience it again on the team. It's cool being a player, but it's different when you're on the team and you know what I'm saying, you're doing it with your brothers. So that was something that was special, man. I'll never forget. And life is all about memories.
Yeah. No, man, I really admire an individual that can control themselves in that setting.
Facts.
Right? Because I think that's what people don't understand about the athlete, that there's so much of a mental game played with yourself.
Yes.
Right? Like, forget the other team. Right? A lot of it is controlling you. And I learned that in college because in high school it was easy. Right? Like, you know, you're already, if you were able to play college, you were already significantly better than everybody on your high school team. Right?
Exactly.
That's just what it was. But I remember in college when you get up against them dudes that's been there 6 years because they didn't redshirt it a few times, and I'm like, okay, this is a little different now.
Season.
Yeah. It's a little different. You yourself now are an NFL veteran. Tell me a little bit about the experience going from the start of, because you went undrafted, right? And ended up getting that contract to where you were like, okay, where you felt like I'm the veteran in the locker room.
Yeah, bro. So even what you said about college, like when I obviously went to college, I was like better than all the high school dudes. But at a point when I played UW, bro, and it was my sophomore year, my first start.
Yeah.
And Marcus Peters and them was out there. They had some boys, like 7 dudes win the first round that year.
Yeah.
And I balled out against them. So that was a point where I knew I could play at the next level. Like I have a shot. And so as I got older in college, I became that vet presence. Me and Coop, you know, we had to lead the guys over there, man, and it was good to give back. But then as I got older in the league, just learning myself as I got older, you know, when I was younger, I didn't have those traits of a real leader. Like I was still learning and young, looking up to the older guys, but just observing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Going through mistakes, sometimes making the right choice, but mostly making mistakes as a young guy, you know, as it happens for a lot of guys. But then as I got older, around like year 4 and 5, going to the Super Bowl, experiencing different stuff, like what it takes, I learned how to like, bro, it takes a lot. Like I can't be playing around all the time. I gotta buy into something. I gotta be consistent with everything. Like how you do anything is how you do everything. So now where I'm at, it's like I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm in my prime of it, and guys look up to me. My young guys, I know that I have to do the right things on and off the field, bro, for them to like really believe in me. You know what I'm saying? I can't be doing things and telling somebody to do something that I ain't doing, bro. I can't. It don't work like that. That's not a real leader. So God has put me in a position, bro, to really be an example. And I'm taking it head on, bro. So that's kind of how I built up to that point for my guys.
Was there a specific moment where you like it clicked for you? Like it just happened? Like, okay, this makes more sense?
Yeah, honestly, after year 5, I signed with my agent, Henry. And
shout out to Henry.
It clicked. Yeah, shout out to my dog. It clicked, bro. Like just put me in the right space of how to think about certain things, of why I'm doing this or why I'm doing that. Why am I doing everything that I'm doing? What's the purpose behind it? Just like I said, everything you do is for a purpose, and how you do everything is how you do everything. I say it again, bro. So off the field, on the field, it all matches, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody always resonates football with life, bro, and it really does. So like, if you work hard and lift weights and take care of your body, you gonna play good. You gonna last long.
Yeah.
But if you partying all the time and you doing the wrong thing, eventually you're gonna run into a bumpy part, and it might be the difference of your career going a certain way. So in life, I took the same aspect at that point of like year 5, that I'm going to do the right thing, man, and set myself up for success in my life and in football.
And I find that so interesting, and I think too, circumstances matter a lot with that growth, right? You got over there. Technically, I guess you were the last, like you were part of the last Belichick era team on New England, right?
Yeah.
I hear, like, you know, watching interviews and hearing other players, past players, talk about him and his system and that system in New England. And a lot of them talk about, like, how they matured in that space. Did you see similar things and feel similar things?
Yeah, you said it perfectly for me, bro, my life. So, like, I just ran through my whole experience from college to, like, the league. I grew a lot with Kyle Shanahan, but then when I got with Bill, it was like polished. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got polished as a person, as a player, to do the right things. Obviously, it started as a player, but then like the thing, how disciplined he was, how detailed he was and everything from coaching. I'm like, bro, I'm just going to use this in my life. Like, I'm going to be detailed when I clean my house. You know what I'm saying? My house always going to be straightened on or whatever it is, taking care of everything that I own. I'm going to treat it, you know, just like I treat football. I'm going to be disciplined in everything that I do. So he helped me grow a lot as a person, man, and I'm thankful for that dude. So it's sad to see him go, man, but era has to end. But he was a big part of my growth in my life, so I'm always thankful for him.
Yeah, and now I'm hearing like that there's a possibility he's not coaching next year and all these things. Like, it sounds crazy to even say it, right? Like, from all of what he's given to the game. What are your thoughts about that, right? Like, is this a game that turns on you at some point, or that, like, cause I hear stories and they're like, yeah, man, like I didn't give up on the game gave up on me, like those kind of things. Is it really political in that way too?
Yeah, bro. It's like you have a span of time to like take advantage. So that's how I look at it now as a player. Like, how am I going to take advantage of these 12 years that I play, however long I play? How do I take advantage? And in the beginning, I didn't look at it like that. So in these back end years now, I'm really focusing it after like year 5. Like I said, when I got with Henry, that's when I started to really like focus on the future and where I'm going. But with Bill, man, hopefully, you know, he get in the media or something if he don't coach, and he can still be out in the world because he got a lot of knowledge, man. He got a lot of things I feel like he can teach the world, man, not just football, because there's a lot of wisdom. People haven't seen a different side of him that, you know, he's a coach, so he was like secretive. So if he get in the media, be more open, I think people will really love that.
Yeah, nah, dude, like all we see is the stone face dude on the sideline.
He ain't playing.
We don't see nothing else. It ain't a game when it comes to football, huh? Not to him.
So hopefully in the media, he can open up a little bit. That'd be tight.
Yeah, yeah. And we're in Las Vegas. I'm a local to Las Vegas now, and we got Grok. He threw you your first ball though, huh?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find something good.
So for me, he did me good. He did me good. So when he came to San Francisco, that first 5 games, I don't know if you remember, we was losing. It was like 0-9, and he got traded.
Yep.
From New England. So it's funny how my whole life is like matching with each other. You know, Bill Belichick, and he came from the Patriots, and this is crazy.
Yeah. Bill knew what time it was.
No, he did. So God kind of really got his hand on me. So Garoppolo came over, and he balling, bro. The last 5 games we won, we started 0-9, finished 6-10.
Yeah.
And so I was a young dude, young rookie, and bro was throwing me the rock. So I'm like, thank you, bro. He made my name a little bit. So that was something cool that I got a story about him. But throughout the rest, it was rough, as we know. But I respect that dude, love what he do. But that was a good part for me. But the Super Bowl was rough. But
no, for sure. And I respect all these dudes as professionals. Like they're at the highest level.
Facts.
All right, so they're in no way a scrub in any kind of way. Even though we are judging them based on the other best, like the other best players in the world.
That's how it go.
That's how. Yeah. So you got to take it when it comes. But it's interesting to me too, because like, as a former athlete, I see there's a certain way we look at the world, and especially relationships. And so you talked about Bill, you talked about, like, I have that relationship with Ryan, right, where there were things that I were able to take from him when I came on, right? Like, I remember my first couple months, I was asking some of the guys that I was working with, I was like, all right, when does he turn it off? I was like, because I'm legitimately seeing the same dude I see online before I got here.
That's tight.
But I'm watching him be so efficient with how he works on his day-to-day, right? And so I was like, all right, Justin, you're not doing enough, and you're tired at the end of the day, right? Like, it wasn't making sense to me. I'm like, he just did 50 things in an 8-hour span, right? And he's still going.
Sheesh.
Like, he's on his socials after work doing stuff still. And I'm like, all right, there's something about his productivity that I was really attracted to, and I admired it, because I was like, okay, if I can get this much done, all right, then I know I'm going to be better than whoever my competitor is.
Bro.
All right, tell me about how you experienced that, and even if it's certain players you saw that was like, okay, this dude, like, he's not even better than me, he's outworking me, which is making him better than me.
That's a dope story, bro. So shout out to y'all, bro, and your growth with him. That is awesome, bro. It resonates with me for sure in football, so that's good to hear about, like, life stuff.
Yeah, appreciate it.
I can take that tip. But for me, it was Emmanuel Sanders, bro. So when we was in San Francisco together, that was a point of a guy I knew that, bro, he just put in the hours, he put in the time, and his resume. And he came to San Francisco like close to retirement, like he was about to be done.
At the end of it. Yeah.
And so, like, he came. It was a year before that. I'm thinking, like, okay, I'm finna be the dude next year, this and that. And they brought him in, and I was like, dang, kind of heard about it, but like at the same time, looking at it the right way, he one game he played like 8 plays in a row, full speed. And it wasn't like no short routes. It was like, bro ran like a dig, comeback, post, curled, and then like 8th play came back and caught the ball. I'm like, bro, like you just said, Ryan, why are you not tired, bro?
Yeah.
How are you not tired?
How you doing this? Yeah.
I don't understand that. So that's what resonated with me when you just asked me that question and brought him up. That's when I knew, like, bro, I gotta do more. Yeah. Like, how did he go 9 plays in a row and ran 9 routes, bro, and caught the ball in the 9th one? I probably would have dropped it.
For sure.
Or I would have tapped out at play 4, because I wasn't working hard enough in the off season. I wasn't putting in those hours. So that was a point of where I knew like I got to do more. I was definitely not better than Emmanuel Sanders at no point, but I took it on myself that I'm gonna do more so that I can do that, bro. When my time comes and I gotta play 10 plays for my team and they need me, I'm gonna be ready to do it. Yeah. And honestly, this year I felt like I was at that point, so I built up to it. Yeah, but that was that point I knew it takes a lot to be great.
No, for sure. Like you can, when you are on the inside
Facts.
and you actually get to see people work, that's when you start to realize, like, okay, this is the difference maker, right? This is it right here.
You know who the dudes are.
Yeah, it's funny. We've had so many people come in and like talk with Ryan, and he's gotten every big name entrepreneur that you can think of, right?
Yeah.
And I'm grateful because I get to sit in on these conversations, both on and off camera.
Yeah.
So I just soak up the information, and it always comes down to productivity when I'm looking at what separates them from whoever else is doing it. Right, even when it comes to who like Ryan looks at as a competitor that he wants to reach and an influence in what he's doing, all those individuals, it's just what they're able to produce in this amount of time.
Wow,
in that window. And so I'm like, yeah, okay, Justin, like, what are you going to do with the time that you have? It's the only thing that we don't get back. Right? What are you going to do in that amount of time? And that's even what I'm trying to train my guys on, right? Like, okay, you all were able to crush out this many edits and this much content in this amount of time. And then the next day, you did a quarter of that. What was the separation in the days? Man. Right? Don't feel like you completed something because you did it yesterday. All right? Continue to do it. Like, you should be trying to do more than what you did yesterday. Jeez. And so that approach to everything, I was watching, I'm seeing it, like everybody's growth increase over and over again because of that level. And it all applies to any area of life. Like, it's sports, it's business, it's everything.
And that's where I'm learning is the business side of doing those things. So it's good to hear you say those things. Like I said, I'm learning from you right now as we talk about those things. And because that's where my life is going to be soon. I'm going to be done. I'm not going to play forever. So, like, I got to learn how to be disciplined to keep putting my content out there, or whatever it may be for myself, or building a team that I'm holding accountable and all those things. So, I really like the space y'all and editing and stuff. It's some serious work. It takes time. We was just talking about it as a group at breakfast. Like, bro, it's a job. It ain't no walk in the park stuff. No. And especially if you want it to look good and look a certain way. It takes some work. So it's funny that you are on your guys and challenging them and challenging yourself. And that's the person I want to be. It's not just because I play football, but it's what I built from football. I learned from football, but it's just how I live my life and doing everything at a high level.
Absolutely. Yeah. You're gonna have the competitiveness even when it comes to the business. You're gonna be competitive, right? Like, you have that in you already.
Yes, sir.
So it's gonna be great to see like where you go afterwards.
I appreciate that, bro.
I want to transition over because I can talk to you about football forever.
Yes, sir.
And I want to make sure we serve this audience. If you're still here, you're still watching or listening, be sure to subscribe to the channel, follow it, comment, show him some love.
Yes,
make sure
sir.
y'all find him and check him out. But I want to get into social media.
Okay.
You mentioned it. You talked about like the work that it takes. But I want to ask you, how important is the social media marketing for athletes
great question.
at the professional level?
Great question. So I feel like nowadays players don't take it as serious. It's our brand. It's your brand, as you all know. For me, when I first start going kind of viral and made my name, was in San Francisco, of course, through football. And I was dancing a lot. So that was kind of like my marketing pitch. Like, I just love dancing. Odell was in that era. He was dancing and he was going viral and stuff like that. So I was inspired by that. And it was enjoying football ultimately. Like, it wasn't because I wanted to be Odell. I was just inspired by certain things. Yeah. And like, the social media world was just kind of pushing. So it was almost like, how do I put myself out there? I wasn't focused on it, but I did one dance. I did the Shmees.
Okay.
When I scored in San Francisco, I did the Shmees. Yeah. And bro, the Bay went crazy. Everybody like, bro, where he from? Who is he? Why he dancing? This and that. And that's when now like the world sees me. So like the owner see me, the coach see me, everybody, the whole world see me. So the important people see me too.
It's instant leverage.
Exactly.
Instant.
So and I wasn't focusing on it. I was just being myself. So but then after that, when I went viral, I was like, okay, I'm gonna dance every time. I'm gonna dance every time I score or whatever because it's bringing buzz. So this is something positive for me. If I keep it in this light where I'm a positive person, I'm saying the right things, I'm doing the right things, I'm not promoting anything bad, social media can be a good thing. So I think just taking advantage of it for what it is and how lucrative it can be for my life to help others and just promote positivity, man.
Yeah, dude, like it has now become just a part of the game.
Facts.
If somebody scores and they don't do anything, it's almost a letdown on the casual. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like
he get tired and I don't dance as much no more.
Like, nah, bro. You gotta do it.
That's what I'm saying. He be on me like, bro, why didn't you dance? Henry be like, why didn't you dance? I'd be like, bro, I don't know, bro. I was in like a different space, but he right though. I can maybe take it to another level, bro. But you're right about what you're saying too. Like a lot of players, that's what I'm saying about players. They don't promote themselves. I did it already, so I'll kind of like, bro, I've been doing it so much, I don't even want to do it no more.
Yeah.
But like a new kid coming in, like, nah, bro, you got to create your own name. Like the NFL already got their name, they got their brand. So how do you use them to create your brand, who you are, and get yourself out there? So players, like, they take it for granted, man. And we're important people. We can help a lot of people, but if you don't put yourself out there and like be vulnerable, be open, you don't know who you missing to help. So those little details, man, is why I like social media and being out there like that. I'm gonna dance more though.
Yeah, you gotta give us more. But no, I love that you said that about being vulnerable, because that's something that I preach on when I'm in the wealthy creator community. Almost every call, I'm like, look, if you're here to ask me what you should post, the answer is yes.
Yes.
I don't even care what it is. Like, show what you're experiencing. Show what your day-to-day looks like. Show what your life. Like, give people that. There's something that is outside of your business that you're passionate about that you should be showing everyone.
Facts.
Right? Like, it should just be that way because you are the brand. Like, essentially, you are what is the market, right? And so it's funny, like, the NFL, like, to the NFL, you're a jersey number. Right? Like, they're a corporation. They're a big business. Different. It's next man up.
Different.
Right? So it's like, if you don't go get what you deserve from that, right? Like, Odell did it geniusly. Like, that was a perfect person to look after, right? Not only did he like really get like the football watch, like, we're excited to see what he's about to do.
You waiting,
right? Like, we're waiting on that. And then he also got every female in love with him because of the dancing and all the marketing and everything. Like he understood that piece of it. So like there's other ways of making money around football that's gonna be way more lucrative, probably.
Fact, bro.
Right.
I think, like, so that's the tip I would give to any player, bro. Like, really go out there and be yourself. Like, don't let the shield or anything like that make you change who you are because you nervous about the future. Like, go out there and enjoy it, bro, and be yourself, like, as much as you can, because I think that's when the longevity comes in. Like, you enjoying it, you having fun, so you want to do it.
Yeah.
Don't let it get to where it's overwhelming and it's depressing and you can't do this. Nah, bro, just keep working and, like, promoting yourself, bro, and believing in yourself is the hardest thing. So social media is a crazy place, man. It can be positive or negative, bro. So you controlled your narrative. So, like, I was just at Radio Row, you know what I'm saying, out here in Super Bowl, and just being positive. Everybody like, bro, your energy and this and that. But I'm controlling that.
Yeah.
I'm controlling
it's
my
intentional.
I don't come to the podium like this, bro.
Yeah, you ain't too cool.
To me,
yeah.
Like, I'm doing this to you, because now they looking at me like, bro, he's annoying to look at
and I
like
don't
Belichick, they be like, man, we don't want to see that.
They want to talk
He's
to
not
him.
like that, but it's like that's what it is, and that's what I like. I don't want to be like something like that. Like, not like I'm saying Bill, that's who he is.
Right.
It's like, you create that. Bill he wants that.
Yeah.
He different though.
He doesn't want to talk to you.
But that's what I'm saying. he can create that because he's different. Right. I can create this because I'm different. So for a player, if that's what you want to create, bro, do it. But like, be that.
Right.
They might like you more because that's who you are. You mad dog or whatever.
Yeah.
Things like that.
It's like D'Antoni, right? Like, people see different. When they had them conversations, it's like, right? Or Greg Popovich, it's the same thing. Like, you know what you about to get.
You know.
Right? And even that's entertaining in a way. I used a reference the other day on one of my coaching calls about the whatever the actor's name that does the Clear Eyes commercial. I'm like, he's made a living being monotone. For dry, clear. Like, he's literally made his name on that. I was like, so there's lanes for everybody.
It's a creative, it's content, it's social media.
Yeah.
It's like what you want to make yourself to be. It's almost like a different life. We live in two lives. So for me, I just want to show the genuine life. I like what you're saying, being authentic, like off and on the camera. I'm the same person when I'm off the camera and on the camera. And I hope people really notice that about me. Like, I don't get on the camera and become somebody else. Like,
for sure.
Nah, bro, I'm gonna be me. And if they like it, they like it. They don't, they don't. But I'm gonna keep riding with it because it's been working for me so far.
It's working. Absolutely. Absolutely. I want to play God's advocate on that point, though. The point of the marketing as an athlete. High school level. I'm seeing so much of the celebration and like, and I know what it is, right? Like they know if they post this content and I get my guys to make my highlight videos and all these kind of things, they know that they are getting the eyes that they're looking for. The right people are going to see it essentially.
Nice.
But the negative impact, are they doing it to the point to where it's taking away from their focus of just being the best player that they can be? And what would be your advice to a young athlete that's experiencing that?
Yeah, and I think it even goes to college too, like NIL, man. Like LeBron.
Yeah, man, it would have been different if we could have made some money back then.
We're not talking about it too, it's a different world. But the NIL and even high school, because these high school players, they, 5-star recruits, they getting offered money from the NILs and stuff like that. So LeBron kind of said it best, man. I don't know if you saw that interview where he was like, they focused on the jury and all the other things. Yeah. And it's all cool, but the material stuff, is for a later time. Like, do it when you're able to do it and like are in position to have these things in a sense. And they probably do because they got money, but is it taken away from your hard work? Is it taken away from your focus, your goal setting visions? Like, are you focusing on going to get the Rolex, or is you focusing on having this amount of yards? Like, what are you more focused on? Because if you focus on the hard work, the yards gonna come. But if you just focus on the money or whatever, I mean, it don't really lead to no legacy. And I'm not sure. Like, so I would say just focus on those tangible things: hard work, being there first, being on time, building those relationships with your coaches. Like, not big time in anyone. You never know who you're gonna run back into, man. So you feeling like you on top of the world because you this high recruit or you this top NIL deal. You never know that coach you disrespected at college or you felt like, you didn't want to work for might be your OC. And then
especially the way they transfer now and move around now.
You don't know who you're gonna run into, bro. So
better keep those relationships.
My advice would be like, focus on that and be real, like respectful to everyone you meet, because you just never know who you may need later on.
No, for sure.
Yes, sir. So Bobby Slow is in Houston, and I was a young receiver in San Francisco, and my receiver coach brought me in. He used to make me meet with him extra because I was a young guy. So you can't leave yet. You gotta go 20, 30 more minutes. I'm like, man. But at the same time, I knew that I wanted to be in this league. So I gotta do what I gotta do. Yeah. And Bobby Slowick, the OC for the Houston Texans, he was like quality control, my like assistant. And he was who I would meet with. Okay. And I went in there, with a positive attitude, like same person I am now. Like, yeah, bro, I'm ready to learn. You know what I mean? What's next? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Not going in there like, man, I gotta be here, bro. Like, this is annoying. Not going in there, and now he's an OC, bro, that might give me a call one day.
See?
And we still connected now. I text him congrats when he got the job and everything. Yeah. And it was just something that you never know. What if I would have been in that meeting? Like,
he would have remembered that.
I'm telling you.
He would have remembered that. Because they don't forget.
Promise you.
Like, people, and this is for any relationship, right? And any field you're in, people do not forget what type of impression you made early on.
Come on.
Right? Like, you can't, it's not a switch off and on whether or not I'm really trying to do this, right? Like, either you in it or you not. Like, I experienced that same thing, right? Like I said, I started really getting heavy into the media space in like 2020. Like, during the shutdown, it was like trying to figure it out, like what's happening next.
Thing we got.
Right? And there were so many people that now that I have friendships and relationships with that were already doing this. They're 10 years in. Like, this podcast I started this podcast in October.
That's dope.
Right? Like, it wasn't something that existed. I was never on camera. I was always behind the camera.
Behind the scenes.
Right? So, like, to have the growth that I've had in the amount of time that I've been in front of the camera now, it's been great to see, but I also get to feel the relationships, right? Like, these people was like, I remember when you were just trying to film. Like, that's I remember that. Right. And so the relationships were built in that. And now I can ask them to come on. Right. Like, and people just remember the effect that you have on them. So you got to be careful with what you're doing. Right. Yeah. Like you said, there's no big timing
at all.
It just doesn't even make sense. Right. Like, and individuals that do that, they better be the LeBron of whatever in the industry they're in.
It's not worth it.
Right. I mean, and that's how I see it. Like, you have to be strong in your character in that way. So it's just a part of that experience. They're like, you're gonna run into it too. Be ready to run into some of that as well.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And players is like that in the league too. Like, And that's what it's everywhere. It's not just like you saying. You better be LeBron James or somebody big.
Yeah.
But it's just you got to be careful with it, man, because you never know how it comes around. But that's a crazy story too, man. I could tell you got a lot more comfortable and all that, like with it. I just met you today, but you flowing with it perfectly. And
I'm having fun.
It's crazy, bro. That's how it's supposed to be.
I'm having fun. It's like
it.
when you talk about the game and you like, if you need to have fun, right? I know that if I'm not having fun, I will never be consistent.
Do that, bro.
I just never be. I wouldn't be able to be consistent.
Facts.
Right? It would be like right now I'm releasing 2 episodes a week. I know I can go more,
dope.
but I'm like. If it wasn't fun, I would have had an October podcast, and that would have been it. I would have been out of here. But I just enjoy learning, right? Like, and I enjoy these opportunities to sit with people like yourself that's doing what you're doing. How do you deal with the negativity on social media? What's your advice for that?
That's a good question. So I like, they say, let them hate, obviously, like let it's putting you out there more. It's on the algorithm and everything. The more they comment and all these little things.
Give me all that.
It took me a long time. It took me a while though. So when I was first starting and I was young, like learning myself in the league, it was hard, bro. Like, man, bro, I'm trying to prove these people that I'm worthy and all this stuff. Yeah. But I was worried about it too much. I was listening to it.
Too consuming.
Exactly. So I got to a point where I'm going to focus on myself. Like, it don't matter what nobody say. It don't matter what my mom say. It don't matter what nobody say. My brother could think I'm weak at football. I believe I'm good. I believe I'm, whatever it is. And so I just start focusing on myself. And then those comments started to change. Like, man, I don't like him that much, but that was a great catch.
Yeah.
I hated him a year ago, but now he different. And so like I kind of changing the narrative. Like you can hate me, but you're going to have to respect me because I'm doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't giving you nothing to hate on. If you just a hater, you just a hater. Some of them like that.
They're going to be there.
They just like that.
You need them people, though.
You do, though. You do. They all part of it. So I love that you can change the narrative of somebody's thought about you. Like if you consistent, if you do it for 10 years straight, bro, like ain't no way you can't respect that. And I think that's just a human nature thing. It's like, man, because I've seen people where I'm like, man, he was like that at one point, but now you like this. I never hated on nobody, but I'm like, bro, I respect that you changed that. Like, it's just a human nature thought. Like, so that's what my advice would be. Just change the narrative, bro. Yeah. Keep going. You know what I mean? Be consistent.
You also don't get hate if you're doing things at a low level. When you're doing things at a high level.
Whoa. Say that again. Say that again.
Like, it just is what it is. Like, I've learned that through observation. When you're doing things at a high level, you're going to get hate. No one hates on the guy that's not doing anything. Man. Right? And so, like, I mean, for the first season of our experience with Ryan and All the Wealthy, we're starting to see more of that. He decided about a year and a half ago to get really bold in his faith, right? And which you don't really see in the business industry too much, right? And you start to see just people out of nowhere. Some people were past employees and all. You start to see that and you're like, look what you hating on though. Like if you all took a step back and actually pay, like whatever you think about him on a personal level, that's personal. But the hate that you're showing online is crazy. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's not even true. And so I've learned that, like, through observation and even seeing others, like, it doesn't matter. As long as you're doing things at a high level, it's hate. I text my boy, Omar El-Takori, the other day. Like, he's got some dude that keeps shutting down his Instagram, like, reporting his Instagram. I text him, I said, bro, you made it.
Doing so right.
You made it because somebody's angry. You got somebody mad at what you're seeing, the success that you're seeing, and they don't know what else to do. All they can do is report it, right? But the commenters, I encourage. I'm like, keep going. Like you said, it's going to boost that algorithm. It's going to get our reach. You're reaching even further, right? Other haters probably, but it's cool. Like cool. We'll take it, right? We're going to convert you eventually. But you're right. You just got to stay fast on what you're doing. All right. I've also learned through observation that as long as the performance is good, people overlook everything else.
Facts.
All right?
Exactly.
People still play Michael Jackson. People still play, like, all those things that may overshadow in the media and on social media and all these things that are happening. If the performance is good, people are willing to see through it. We know from Hollywood stories that that's the case, right? Like, the industries are crazy. It's crazy stuff happening in them.
And that's what's even in football, bro. It's like, it kind of holds you to a higher standard. It's like, bro, I'm going to prove these people wrong. You can use it as fuel. And that's what I did. Like, you see all the haters, like, nah, bro. You can use it the right way. So don't get offended by it. It's constructive criticism.
That's what it is.
That's how I take it. Like, all right, he think I dropped too many passes. I'm going to show him this week or whatever it may be. So anyone, bro, you can really use it to make you better, bro. Like, now I'm gonna prove everybody wrong, bro. Like y'all was wrong about me. So it's just different perspectives about it. Cause like you just said, bro. So
it's what it is. We had Tim Grover. He was here last week. You know, and people that don't know, Tim Grover is a professional trainer for a long time. He trained Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, D. Wade, all these professional, you know, NBA players. But he was here, and that was one of the things that he kind of spoke on with Jordan, on how Mike would create competition in his mind.
Man.
Right? Like when he didn't have any motivation and he needed his own motivation, he was like, it would be literally to the point to where you're trying to figure out why he's mad at you.
Yeah, like I ain't do nothing
like
to
I ain't did nothing to Mike, but he ain't talking to me. Right? And he said the same thing about Kobe Bryant. It was funny, I was watching the documentary and they said Kobe had a beef with another team, and for the week leading up to when he played them again, he didn't talk to the team at all. His team.
That's
not a word to his team. Like they're all going to the coach, like, what's wrong with Kobe? Like why what we do, right? But it was just his motivation for that game that was coming up, right? So people that do it at high level, they find things to be motivated about. If it's got to be the comment section, it just got to be the comment section.
Exactly, bro. So you can use it, man, to your advantage. And that's what I like about social media. It challenges you. Like if you want people to look at you a certain way, then work harder. Then go do it harder. Go harder for yourself. And I seen the thing about Kobe, what you're saying, when he tore his Achilles, I said they walked up to him and he said, F Paul Pierce.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was
like,
about, but they said
like,
he was thinking about Paul Pierce, but he's a competitor, bro. He's a Mamba, bro. So it's like, if you want certain things, you got to go get him. You got to find ways to go get it. You got to earn it. However you got to do it, however you got to shift your mind, especially in football and sports, is you really got to be like that, bro. To get the up, it's alpha versus alpha, bro. So anything you can use it, bro.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's funny, man. Like you mentioned, like we talking about some of these pro athletes, it just reminds me too. And this is a total side note to what we're talking about. I always think like at the professional level, there has to be something that we can't see that separates that from the normal individual. Right? So there's something that's separating you. Like it was funny, Derek Carr came and did the podcast. And when he walked in, I'm like, he kind of big for a quarterback.
Yeah, them boys be big.
Right? Like, but then I was like, but he ain't really, like it ain't crazy. Like what it looked like on TV ain't really.
Yeah.
But then he shook my hand and his hand was like, and I was like, there it is. I was like, there it is, right? It's massive hands that right? Like it's these things. And so I see that like either it's a speed or it's something physically gifted to them that they have this ability. But then it made me think about business in that way. I was like, what gifts do you as an entrepreneur, do you as a business owner and a creator, what gifts do you have that you can play to your favor that make you special in whatever position that you're in? And so as the company started to build out, I started to learn, this is something else I learned from Ryan, right? Like he doesn't necessarily just fire an employee if they're not performing well, especially if he can find another area where he knows they would be good. Right? So an individual that starts on the sales team might end up somewhere else and doing way better just because of the type of work it is, right? It's all a part of the personality or the characteristics, whatever they're comfortable with, but you just got to find that piece, right? So I want to ask you, right? We see individuals like a Shannon Sharp and all these, like now I'm seeing almost every like professional athlete with their own platform and podcasts and things like that. Is that something that you see for yourself going forward, maybe when it's all said and done?
Yeah, man. I'm kind of natural behind the lights and the mic and all that. So it's definitely, it's definitely something I could look into. Definitely. When I was in college, I used to say, bro, I could be a commentator. I always used to say it. Obviously, football is easy to commentate on, talk about. It's something I've been a part of. But it's just building those different languages, you know what I'm saying, in different business ventures that I may want to go into. So just learning every day, bro. But I feel like I can do something like that, bro. Host a show. I got way better on YouTube, like just being behind the camera. It took me a while though. Like I trained up. I was doing YouTube. I've been doing YouTube for about 4 years. Like just love being behind the camera, showing people my life. You know what I'm saying? The growth, the change. And it took me a while though. Like at first I'm like, man, kind of sweating behind the camera. Then like after year 2, it's like, comfortable. Yeah, it is easy. So I think just growing, but I think the energy I bring, you know what I mean, flowing a conversation, being just resonating with people, you know, having things in common.
Yeah, telling your story, man.
Yeah, exactly. It makes it easy. So I know you might run into some people that it may be harder and they may be learning. So just kind of helping people too, just like be able to talk more, open up, having that energy to myself to where like, okay, I feel comfortable talking to this guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. So those little details.
Yeah, for sure. No, I can definitely see you falling into that space, definitely as post-career, right? And it's funny, man, like my wealthy creators, I hope you all are hearing what he's saying, right? Like you're talking about an individual saying that it took some time to get used to it. Mm-hmm. This dude plays in front of thousands of people. You know what I mean? Like he plays in front of thousands of people all the time. He's got to get comfortable with the camera.
Exactly.
That's everybody.
It's facts. And you just said it too. Like you was behind the snes, got in front of the camera.
I was the same way.
And it seems like you've come so far, but I wouldn't know that you struggled.
Bro, if I'm perfectly honest, I've never watched an episode of mine. I just haven't. I have the ability to unlist an episode. So I know me, right? I'm too hard of a critic. I'll go and listen to it and hear something that I didn't like the way I said it.
Hey, that's deep.
And it's just coming off.
That is deep.
So rather than me doing that to myself, it's just like dealing with the haters. Rather than me reading through all the comments, I'm just going to let them be there and let it flow, right? Like, you know what I mean? So I think everybody has to have that journey of getting comfortable, though, right? I don't think it's meant for everybody. You know, y'all not going to like this. I don't think it's meant for everybody. Facts. Even podcasting. Like, I think it can be said that maybe you should just do audio. Maybe you like something that's more comfortable to you, right? But for those individuals that want to get in front of that lens and really have a voice and a visual to it, you just got to get your reps in.
And
right?
it's about getting out your comfort zone. So I sang in the choir yesterday.
No way.
Yeah, with Kurt Franklin, bro, at the Soul Festival.
That's fine.
2024, bro. It was crazy, bro. Like I'm singing with a choir. I'm like, bro, I ain't never been on stage at this level, nothing like that.
Yeah.
But I just challenge myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm stepping out my comfort zone and just embrace it. Whatever anybody thinks, it's just funny. You can laugh at me, you can hate on me. You can. I'm taking it all in, and it was just dope to be out there, man. So
and I know it felt good afterwards too.
It did.
Like,
you know how it is.
It's an accomplishment. Like I did that. Yeah.
It wasn't that hard.
Right.
Now you realize. Now you just unlocked another code to yourself, bro. That you can do it, bro. So. It's funny what you said.
Kurt Franklin is the most amazing person to me.
He's different.
Like to have the career that he's had, and we've never really heard him sing is insane.
Crazy. Like
it's insane. Like he's the goat of gospel music, but he's never sang a song. Right?
Crazy.
Like I love it. I love it. But yeah, no, that's awesome, dude.
Yes, sir.
So you out here having a lot of fun.
Yeah, man, I'm vibing.
I'm vibing. A lot of things.
Yeah, man.
No, that's
tight.
tight.
Got me busy.
That's tight. So talking about, let's get into some faith.
I bet.
Right. One thing I learned immedially from your Instagram is that Jesus is King.
Amen.
Right, and that's something that our culture here at the company and a lot of us go to the same local church.
Yes,
we hiring within the church all the time, but the boldness and faith. All right, we even had Tim Tebow at our last event. He spoke. He did the keynote at our last event, and he's another one that I remember in the football that was really bold with his faith. How did you get comfortable with that? Was that something that you developed, or was it just always?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I grew up in the church, young. I always knew Jesus, I always knew God, but I didn't have a relationship, man. You hear people say it all the time. I didn't have a personal relationship. I didn't know God for myself. I knew him through my dad, my mom, my grandma, but I didn't know him for myself, bro. So
really quick, I don't want to cut you off.
No, you good.
But for those individuals that's listening, in a black home, it's not a question of whether or not you're going to church.
Bro.
All right? I want y'all to understand
I'm telling
you're going.
Factual.
You're going, and you better get up, and you better be ready to go.
No, that's facts, bro.
Just so y'all know. Okay, finish your story, but I want to make sure they understood that.
And that was the hard part for me. So, obviously going to church every day, every morning, forced to. That's what I'm saying. If I feel like I'm forced to, I don't have a relationship with Jesus. So one day, one time I was just partying, going and just living the lifestyle, bro, getting to the league. Always believed in God, but I was partying from college on, like, just partying, bro.
It's a part of it.
Enjoying life too much, and just living wrong, bro. Not living by the word. Not. I've never read the Bible, like, I know some scriptures back then, but now I've read through the whole Bible. Like I understand. So one night I just had a crazy night, man, and it wasn't what I needed. You know what I mean? Like around the wrong people. Just too intoxicated, bro, at a whole nother level that I've never been in. Yeah. And I felt the presence of God, like, showing me, like, if this the lifestyle you want, you can have it. This where you want to go. And I'm like, man, God, nah, I don't want it. You know what I mean? I don't want to live wrong anymore. I was just disappointed so much that he had to walk up on me like, it's up to you. You know what I'm saying? Basically, bro. So, but God was protecting me, showing me, because I was calling out to him like, man, I'm sorry, God. I don't even know where I'm at. Like, I'm kind of like tripping out. And after I left, you know, the Miami and all that, that's where I was at. I was like, God, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to change it around. You know what I mean? I'm really like, I'm going to commit to you on a whole nother level. Like, I'm giving everything to you, man. Just take it over. And that's when things start changing for me, dog. Like, put everything down. No more partying, no more women, no more nothing, bro. Like, I'm living for God, bro, and I'm going to really ride on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you see me, bro, you know I ain't doing. Yeah, and so that's when it changed. But that was in 2021, after that year, that off season. Yeah. That's when I made that change.
That's awesome, dude.
Thank you, bro.
Like, the club can have a positive impact too.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Wow.
And it's funny, like I had an experience similar, like at a club.
It can show you what you need to change.
Oh yeah. I was young. I was a sophomore in college, and I was back home visiting. And you know, you're gonna go out when you're back home with your guys. You're gonna head out. And so we went to a club, and I don't want to get dark, but an individual ended up getting shot there and killed in front of it. And it was somebody that we went to high school with.
Wow.
And so in that moment, I was like, you should have never had to see this, Justin. Like, you knew better anyway to even be here. And I felt funny going, and I knew I didn't want to, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was all those things. Like, when the Holy Spirit is there, like, the presence, you can't deny it. Right? It just is what it is. Like, you're gonna feel him and you're gonna hear him.
And what I just,
right? And so, and so you make a choice in that moment, you know who you really want to be. And so I remember then I started to get more bold about, because I grew up in church. I played the drums. I did all the things that we do in the church. And so even though at that moment I had a relationship, it wasn't strong, right? Like, the Holy Spirit was in me, and I can feel him, and I know when he's telling me not to do something. I can feel those. I have those moments, but I still did them, right? Just because of the circumstance. Like you said, you're in college, it's part of it, right? Like the parties are there. But I remember in that moment, I was like, okay, you saved me here. I never want to be in a situation where you have to save me again like this.
Sheesh.
I was like, not by my own doing. All right, like, it doesn't make sense for me to be here. So now, and my guys can testify to this. Even some of these events that we throw, then these after parties they be having, you might get me for 5-10 minutes up in there, and then I'm ghost.
Jeez.
And they be like, Justin, you ain't coming to the like, I just got no desire. I got no desire to do that. So he took that desire in that moment and filled it with better. So that's awesome to hear, bro. Like,
man, bro, thank you.
Like, you don't. I think what I dealt with and what you dealt with, there's levels too. Which you're probably seeing as a professional athlete and people that, like, kudos to you for having that strength and that boldness, for sure.
Thank you, bro. Because that night was deep. And what you're saying, it's hard because, you still got buddies that, go to the club and want to go out and stuff. And you do want to go. I have those. It's temptation. I fight against my flesh and my spirit every day. But the spirit of the Lord is in me, and it's strong, and it overpowers my flesh. So the desire, like you said, is not there. So I'm not going to go if it's not fun, bro. I was doing it because it was fun. Yeah. But now when I'm in there, I'm uncomfortable. It's like, bro, I know I'm not supposed to be here. I know this is not for me. So those little details, bro, help me stay, with the Lord and just focus on him every day. No, he helps awesome. Me, you know what I'm saying, be tamed, bro, and sin and all that, bro. Like, because we all sin every day, bro. Like, absolutely. I sin when I don't even know I sin, bro. Like, whatever it is. So he really helps me fight that battle, and it's powerful, bro.
No, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's good when you got Jesus.
Amen.
And then Jesus gives you more that's going to keep you humbled and controlled. You got married a couple years ago.
Yes, sir.
I'm in year 10 right now.
Congrats, bro.
And I can tell anybody that's listening, there's nothing better than to have that one that is going to check you and support you. Nothing better than that.
At all. It
is the cheat code to me to life.
Facts.
Right? Because it's funny, like, and people in the office hear me say this all the time, like, they'll ask me something, or they had given me something to do and I forgot about it. Yeah. I'm like, you do know men are stupid, right? Like, I'm stupid.
Facts.
Like, I just don't know, right? Like,
man.
You over there mad at me? I had no idea. Right? And it's like having that support system and that one at home that can really dial you in, check you when need be, and really support you when you also need it. It's a cheat code to life, bro. Yes. It's a cheat code to life. So tell me, how do you balance it? How do you balance the work?
I think that was the biggest point. Shout out to my wife, Vanessa Bourne. Hey, baby. How you doing? I hope you're watching this. You know what I mean? And my daughter, Kavir, we just had a newborn, man.
Congratulations,
thank you, bro. Thank you. But she was the final puzzle piece to my life, to my growth, to my change. She knows, bro. She knows how I feel about her, dog. Like, that was when I changed. I knew because the Lord told me, like, I've dealt with women. I've dealt with the lifestyle. It all part of it.
Comes with it.
Money, sex, women. It all come in a bunch.
Yep, so contract. It's all part of the contract.
You know how it is. Yeah. Don't take the contract. Right. But I was dabbling with it, bro. So she was the puzzle piece, bro, that I was missing, bro. I'm telling you, like you said, I knew, like, the discipline she gave me, the motivation she gave me, the drive she gave me, bro. Like, my daughter now, too, just enhanced it, bro. Like, you know, since she done had my kid, I'm like, now I love you even more. Like, it's phenomenal, bro. And you know what the Bible talks about, you know, with the wife, you know, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. And it's a real statement, bro. Like, and it's hard. Yeah. It's a challenge every day. Like you said, she challenges me, I challenge her, we water each other. And anytime we get into an altercation or whatever it is, we hash it out. And how do we get on common ground? How do we grow from this or learn from this? And we keep our problems tame. We got good problems. We arguing about why you get to work out in the morning and I don't. I'm hurt right now. Yeah. So just those good problems, keeping them in that space. And I don't want to deal with cheating problems and things like that. But living for the Lord and living by the word, our standard of living is there. So we are on the same page. So she know what the Lord would think about her, she step out on me, or I know what the Lord would think about me if I step out on her. So I'm gonna never cross that line, bro, because it's not just because of her. It's because the Lord, he's watching me. Like, do it if you want to. You know the consequence. And I really live like that in every aspect. But with her, she is, you know, I put my life down for her, bro. Like Christ did the church, bro. Like, that's a big, deep statement, and I take it seriously. So she know how I feel about her, and I know how she feel about me, and it's changed my life, bro, for the better.
No, that's awesome, bro.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome.
Congrats to you too, bro.
There's power in a God-centered relationship.
Yes.
And what you're talking about in a marriage is a God-centered relationship. Facts. It's not just my vow to her.
Yes.
Right? And so there's a lot of power in that, and it's protected, right? Like I always say, like, it's funny. I'll be like, yo, I don't have the energy to cheat.
Come on.
Like, it's too much work for me.
It really is.
Like, I got too much other work to do to be trying to work that. Like, I'm just not going to do it. So my focus is always on her. You asked me before the podcast started, you go, what advice you got, right? When I said I was 10 years. Yeah. And I was like, the best advice I ever got from someone was to be quick to apologize.
It's deep.
Right?
And it's hard.
It's hard because it takes humility on your end.
Facts.
Right? And sometimes you know you're not wrong. You're like, I know I'm right about this.
No, I'm right.
But for the sake of this relationship, I'm going to be humble enough to just apologize.
Facts.
Right? And it's not an apology like it's an apology, but like I'm going to say, I'm sorry for my role. Right? And how you take that is just how you take it. And so I've learned that being willing to do that in my relationship has kept us really strong, but it's also encouraged others around us.
There you go.
Right?
It encouraged me, bro.
Dude, like it's been great to see like relationships around us go, I don't know what they have, but I like it.
Nice.
And really what it is us being selfless in those moments. Right? Because it is hard,
That's
bro.
what
like,
it is. It's selflessness, bro.
It's hard.
She's big on like that, what you just said. Saying like we're big on it. Like meeting each other where we are, putting ourselves in each other's shoes. And it's hard because I don't feel how she feels. She don't feel what I feel.
And you never will.
You never will, bro. So like you said, I just gotta like put myself to the side and be like, yeah, like you got it. Like you got it. I ain't gonna make her feel like that, but like you got it. Like I'm sorry. Like you right. I'm gonna really try to feel how you feel and like really take my time to do it. Cause as a man and how I used to live, I never done it. So it was what we was talking about in the beginning. It's something new. It's just like anything else. You learn as you go. So I'm learning her more and more every year, every day. And that's the challenge of it. Is like, okay, how's my wife today? How's she gonna be in 2 years? Yeah. And just learning her, watching her every day. You know, we're teaching each other how to be for each other. Like whatever she like, I gotta do, and whatever she don't like, I gotta stop or chill out. If I like doing it and she don't like me doing it, I gotta figure out how to,
gotta make that adjustment
or whatever it is. Yeah. So it's those details in a marriage, man. That's what I love. I love challenges in itself, bro. Yeah. So. It's been something good for me, helping me grow, bro.
No, that's awesome, bro. That's awesome, bro.
Thank you, man.
I tell her all the time, like, let me learn it. Give me grace to learn it, because you know I'm stupid.
There you go.
Like, you know I'm dumb. Like, give me grace to learn it. Right? And if you do that, I promise you I'm gonna learn it. I promise you I'm gonna get it right. But you just gotta give me that grace. So that's awesome, man. I'm not the only one out here. Let's transition though, because I want to make sure before we end this that we get into the business.
Yes, sir.
And you're getting into something that's not as shiny as the NFL.
Yeah.
Right? But it is as lucrative. It is as beneficial to your
Facts.
to you, your generations after you. Right? And that's real estate.
Yes.
Right. So tell the people, all about the properties you own, the buildings you own, and everything that you're doing.
Yeah, man. So I got into real estate about 4 years ago. Bought my first house, started with that, obviously. Something I never done. I was in the league for about 4 years and didn't have a house.
Yeah.
So I had a Bentley in front of my mom's house.
In front of your mom's house.
What am I doing? You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of lost in translation. So those little things were signs that I need to do something different. Ended up meeting my agent Henry, man, and he gave me a playbook, man, to do things a different way. Do things the right way. Do things how I should have been doing them year one.
Yeah.
And it took me a while to buy in. You know what I mean? It took me a lot of self-evaluating. Like, man, I still want to live this life. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. But it was what I needed to do, not what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? It's a whole different feeling, bro. Because I wanted the club all day. I wanted to blow the money. I want to go buy 5 Lamborghinis. But what is that going to do for me? So when I first bought my house, that's when it really started. Like, okay, this feels great. You know what I mean? I'm in my own house. I finally own my own house.
Yeah.
The Bentley matched the house. This feels normal. This feels better than me people riding past my mom's house. And that's when it started to hit. So after that, I ended up buying my first apartment complex, man. And it was very good. It was a challenge, something that was new for me that I didn't really want to buy into, but it was something that I needed to do, of course, again. And like the plan was there, and the plan was I could see it. I could see the vision. I could see why it works. Him teaching me all the numbers and everything, man. It was like this is great. This is the real wealth. This is how they doing it. This is how the big dogs doing it.
Yeah. This is what they're not teaching you.
Yes.
Like when you playing ball and stuff like that, school, they're not teaching you that part of it.
The Shield don't teach you that. So after that, that's when it was like, bro, this is great. That income, that passive income was starting to pay. So I ended up buying my mom's house after that. So after I got that building, I ended up buying my mom's house, which was great, which I kind of shouldn't have did yet, but they was on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing good. I'm looking good. I got a building now. Yeah, you got to give moms back. But ended up buying their house. They got me for a good price. But now that apartment complex pays for my mom's house. You know what I mean? So that was something that I never know. I didn't learn until I met Henry, and it was something that I'm very thankful for, man. So after that, I ended up buying my brother's duplex. I brought them a spot.
Okay.
And so that was because they was living with me at first, and then I changed my life around, so I had to get them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was that time.
It was that time. So I'm like, bro, I'm so loving and giving. I was like, bro, I'm gonna get y'all right. And so I got them a duplex, and then just recently, a couple weeks ago, I bought my second complex, man.
Yes, sir.
So I got some. Thank you, bro. So now those properties are paying for my brother's house, my house, and I'm set up, man. So this year, I'm planning on doing some more. But that's kind of how it's going right now.
Yeah, you got the bug now. I can tell. You got the bug now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I got the bug.
And that's when that level up comes up for real, because you've seen it work.
Yes.
All right, I'm in that process too right now. Like I'm trying to find my Vegas home. It was a thing where like you get to a point to where like I need to plant now.
Facts.
All right, like I'm here in Vegas. Things are going well. Stuff is working out well for me in my situation, and it's time to plant, and then really get those roots deep into the city and really have real impact in that area. And so like I'm going through that right now.
Man, bro.
Figuring out what I can afford, what I can't afford. Of course you want everything that you can't afford. But it's like, that's just how it goes. I know because I'm around it. So I'm like, I know I'm about to shoot for a house I know I can't afford.
Bro.
But I think more importantly, you get people like the Henrys, like the Ryans that give you guidance, right? And so I keep hearing that, right? Like, you have found mentors and found individuals that can really help you level up in that way. So it's awesome. Like a year from now, I can't wait to hear how many properties you own, and because it's going to be, luckily you had a career that provides you the means to be able to do it.
I was just about to say that. So, football is now is just my resource. It's just a tool for me. I learned. I like kind of beat the matrix with it, bro. It's not just I spend all my money, go play again, and go out there and stress myself out. Like doing things right off the field. I was saying it all week, bro. Like it gives me peace. I have peace, and you know who we serve? We serve Christ, bro. He's the Prince of Peace, bro. So it's a whole nother level now. Like Henry not in my life for no reason. He was sent by God, bro.
Absolutely.
And he be on my head and tripping on me all the time.
Yeah.
But that's how God is. It's discipline. It's structure, bro. He not God, but you know what I'm saying? He sent. It's that discipline. It's that standard of living, and he's helped me build a portfolio, bro, that is very promising for my future, bro, and my kids' future, bro. I'm building the trust right now, and my problem's gonna be is my kids fighting over what they deserve.
What they want.
That's good problems, bro.
That's a good problem to have.
And I gotta raise them right so that they be like, well, Dad, you know what I'm saying? He was this way, bro. We don't gotta, you know what I'm saying? Just building up my kids to where, because I got a big vision. So every year, my goal is to buy another building. All the money I get from my contract is to go in the building. I might buy some jewelry. You know what I'm saying? But I'm at that point now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in front of my mom's house with the Bentley no more. It's different now. So
things look different. It's funny. Like Ryan says that all the time. Like you don't want the stuff as much when you have the money to get it.
It's wow.
It's like it's a little different now. Like he was like, I know I could go get, but he was like,
it is real.
I got no need for the material. I'm trying to build things that are generational.
Facts.
Right? And I hear it all the time. And so it's really interesting. Like even when I made my little money, coming from nothing to something, and I was like, we balled out early months. Like we did the stupid, but then it was like
normal.
It was like, okay, all this didn't even satisfy me. I don't feel anything from this. And now I now need to figure out how to create things that I'm actually going to feel, and my kids and my sons are going to feel.
Wow!
Right, and so it just changes, right? But it's just the evolution, right?
It does.
Because again, you don't necessarily have anybody early on teaching you this and telling you this. So once you get around it, you're like, okay, these are the things to do. Let me ask you a question though, because we always hear the stories of the athletes that blow through it and end up hurting after their career is over. Are there more athletes that actually do invest in things like real estate and are financially savvy with their money, or is that still existing today? Because I mean, back in the day, I kind of get it, where it was like there was no real education.
Yeah. But
now, I mean, you got people educating you on exactly what to do.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, are we seeing? Is it changing at all?
So the rumor is it's a bad number. It's a bad ratio. It's about 80 to 20.
Really?
80 broke, 20 rich. So. I know what percentage I want to be in, and that's where I'm headed. So at first I was going left, now I'm going right.
Yeah.
And it feels great, but it's just something that needs to change. So these podcasts and these conversations, bro, are the difference, bro. And for me, Henry gets on me all the time. He's like, now it's who I can help, who I can, reach down and pull up, because that's what we need to do in that industry, bro, because that percentage shouldn't be like that. So honestly, bro, it hasn't improved. It's almost getting worse.
Wow.
Because as Black community, we kind of compete. We like to be standing over our home. It's a sick thing, man, and I don't get it. Something that really needs to change. So for me, I'm looking at. I tell my teammates all the time right now. Now I can really say it because I do it. Like I was saying, being a leader. I can't tell my homie to buy real estate if I don't got a playbook to show him, as Henry has taught me. You know what I mean? Like I got to show him, bro, so he can see it, feel it. Well, once, like you said, once I felt it, I got the bug, bro. Yeah. It's over with. Now, bro, I still want to buy a chain, but I'm not gonna buy 30 of them like I would have in 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
One of my flips will pay for this chain.
Exactly. So it's just different, bro. And every year, like I said, now I have a plan, and it's just different, bro. When you have no plan, that's what's the problem is. There's no plan for players. They don't know where to go. They don't know what to do.
Yeah.
They don't know nothing, bro. They don't know nothing. And so that would be my advice. You know what I'm saying? Have a plan every single year of where this money is going, what it's doing. If you're getting $600,000, is $300,000 going in stocks? Is it going into the duplex? What is it doing? And then what are you spending? It's just the budgeting aspect of it. And what players get is like, bro, I'm just going to the club every night. It's fun. I'm not even thinking about a budget. But I got drunk, so I ain't even thinking about it. And they want to do it again, and it's the whole lifestyle. Giving our family money, and giving our family all the money, giving, and then wanting to buy everything also. It adds up, bro. And then just the lifestyle. Like you want to go to the club all week. The whole lifestyle adds up. So if you don't have a plan, if you don't have a vision, it's going to be hard, man. You can't just hold the money in your account either. That ain't gonna really do nothing, because eventually you're like, I want to buy something or whatever it is. So it's really about investing, man, and growing that portfolio.
Absolutely, man. And it's going to be people like yourself that help create that change.
Facts.
I think, like we talked about a little bit earlier about, these high school and these college players able to make money now. We're going to need this help more than ever.
Yes.
Because a lot of money's going out. And if it's not being managed right, we'll never see the growth in the community, right? And so yeah, like it's gonna take people that are financially savvy and understand it, that got that itch, got that bug, and ready to really scale. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna take that to really get it going. But yeah, let everybody know, for those that aren't necessarily following you already and don't know who you are, where they can find you and where they can support you.
Yes, sir, bro. I'm on Instagram, BornPotty11, man. Follow me. I got a clothing line, bro. BornDrip.com. This ain't my hat or now. I'm just swagging out. But you can buy some clothes, bro. I got a foundation, Born Blessed Foundation. Help under privileged youth, man, in high school, man. Try to get opportunity. I know when I was in high school, man, it was hard for me to know my vision, know my plan. I had a lot of mentors, so anything you may need help with, man, a vision, a plan, we got people that can help you. So, yes, sir, man, just living life every day, spreading positivity, man, every day, man.
I appreciate you again,
Thank
brother.
You, Justin, appreciate it, bro.
All right, you all. It's been another episode of Wealthy Creator. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow us, comment down below. Follow my guy, man. Make sure y'all support him, and watch out for what he's doing. He's about to get that free agency, so watch out for the move he's about to make. I think it's going to be a big one for him. But yeah, be sure to follow, tap in, and appreciate you all. See y'all next time.